Hello everyone, my name is Lowko, and today it is time for a viewer-submitted game of Terran vs Zerg. Spawning here in the southeast corner of Port Alexander and playing with the red Zerg drones. He's in Platinum League and he goes by the name of Colonel Panic. Colonel Panic! And his opponent playing with the beautiful blue Terran SCVs. And speaking of blue Terran SCVs, one of them is already making its way towards the other side of the map. Likewise, he's also in Platinum League, and he goes by the name of Capide Capide Copy the blue Terran player. I should really start reading these names before I press the record button. But apparently every single SCV needs a friend. And a couple more SCVs are now trying to make their way towards the other side of the map. Okay, so what is Zerg going for right here? He's already up to 17 supply. I think he's gonna go for that hatchery on the low ground. And judging by the paths that these overlords are taking right now on the minimap, I don't think there's a whole lot of knowledge that he's gonna gather here about this Proxy Barracks cheese until it's already a little too late. So you can go ahead and commit to like 2 barracks, you can go up to 3 barracks, you can go up to 4. I mean, on paper you can even go up to 7, but that's highly unlikely, okay? That's actually a little bit of trivia right there. If you are a Terran player and you're playing on one base, right? You have 16 SCVs mining and 1 mule continuously mining here as well. You can actually continuously make supply depots and produce out of 7 barracks at once. There you go, a little bit of trivia. Apparently though, in this case, it is going to be 4, which I think is usually the max that a lot of Terran players feel comfortable with. The thing is, with 4 barracks, you can basically go for an all-out assault on the Zerg side of the map and deal a terrible amount of damage right around the time that this hatchery finishes up as well. Now, ideally, you do put down a bunker. You know, somewhere over there, or like somewhere over there. Or maybe just outside of the vision radius of the hatchery. But there we go. You kind of want to put it down before the creep starts going out. Because obviously once the creep is a little bit further out, you're going to have a hard time figuring out where to put the bunker. And at the very least, you can't put it in range of the hatchery anymore. But here we go. Marines are ready to move in. Hatchery is finished, and judging by the response here of Colonel Panic, he doesn't really have a whole lot in mind right now. I've got a feeling that, yeah, he's gonna make a spine crawler here on the high ground, but there's no roach warren, there's not a drone pool, none of that. Usually you need to decide if you wanna like drone pool and try and prevent this from even going up in the first place and just kind of shut it down before it really lays eggs. Or you have the option to go for like one base Ravager or something along those lines. A Baneling Nest is nice, but it can be a little bit of a nuisance. You know what? I feel like this one queen, this one right here for Colonel Panic, is the most expensive queen he will ever produce. That's the cost of a drone, the cost of a hatchery, and then a cost of a queen. So that's 300, 350. That's a 500 mineral queen right here. She's royalty. Don't give up royalty, man. Don't sacrifice the queen. And apparently the most expensive queen Colonel Panic ever produced died within a couple seconds. Saddest story of my life. In the meantime, one cheeky little drone apparently somehow, some way managed to sneak by these units over here. There was one Marine trying to figure out what's going on, but apparently that one is now being all army hotkeyed all the way back. The thing is, going for Banelings is nice and all, but you kind of need to get a good connection, and you're never really gonna get a favorable trade. I kind of would like it for Capide right now to just like one base contain this Zerg and then expand himself. Okay, I was gonna say, speaking of expansions, what exactly is that drone doing on the other side of the map? Apparently, Colonel Panic has decided that, yes, he has lost his own natural, but no, he can still take another natural to mine from as well. Colonel Panic, not panicking in this scenario, although he was a little indecisive there initially. He's just simply gonna sit on the creep in his main base. He's getting himself a roach warren right now as well, and I guess he plans on like roach rushing. I mean, he's basically going, he's trying to counter a 4 like barracks proxy by going for a proxy hatchery himself as well. The thing is, I kind of think Capide just needs to box all of his units together. This is kind of the moment where you do want to F2A move and just finish off this main base of Zerg. I mean, yes, there's a couple of these Banelings, and you do have to be careful. You don't want to just run your units to their deaths. But technically speaking, this Marine army should be more than capable. Although obviously you have to keep in mind that micro is one of the hardest things to achieve. Well, these banelings, man, they're still hunting. Well, these, at the very least, won't be able to get that much done. But the hatchery is going to finish up. Colonel Panic should be able to start accumulating a little bit of creep over here. This is currently unscouted, but with the creep slowly making its way up the ramp, I think that the Terran player, as long as he's paying attention to the minimap, I think he should know that something is not quite right. As roaches right now are being produced, as well as a queen. Computer Gran, mate, look. I know that these units over here are fighting and all, but this really bothers me. Why does this happen in so many of the viewer submitted games? Guys, remember when your mom said to eat your veggies and you felt like you shouldn't do it, but then when you got a little older, you realized, you know what? I kind of need to eat my veggies more because I'm not eating any... You know that moment, right? Well, Lowko has been telling you for a long time to make your orbital commands. Please just trust me. Make your freaking orbital... For some reason, that's not nearly as common as it should be. I really do think orbital commands are extremely valuable, and apparently these couple of roaches right now are causing this Terran player to move his entire army back home. That would be the sickest hold. Okay, no, he's sending them back once again. That would be the sickest hold ever, man. Just distract the whole Terran army by moving it, or moving it with 2 roaches on the other side of the map as well as a queen. I guess it's 3 roaches right now. Well, apparently the command center will be lifted. The main base is being evacuated. Queen is actually having a full... Oh my god, hold the door! She's holding the door. Now, these SCVs can mineral walk. They can actually freely get out of there. At the same time, though, ooh, on the other side of the map, a couple of banelings trying their very best to connect with that army, but there are so many SCVs that will be picked off here, and Colonel Panic, he is keeping his cool. He does not live up to his nickname. He's dealing with the army on the other side of the map, and right now we have the Marines stutter stepping into roaches, as well as the spike roller and a queen. You should have stutter stepped earlier against the Zerglings and the... Terran in me, a little bit cringing, a little bit hurt. That does mean that right now the Terran player has a floating command center. I guess he's got 5 SCVs, of which the majority are on the other side of the map. So Computer Ground right now, he does have a little bit of economy left over. He can, I guess, freely access most of the map. The issue is right now, though, that Zerg is happily mining on the other side of the map, and the main base of Terran is completely gone. Apparently, there was a short little pause right here in the game, but anyways, what exactly is the plan right now? Dude, I love these viewer-submitted games. They're so fun. Guys, if you have an awesome game that you've recently played yourself as well, you can go ahead and submit it to replays@LowkoTV, as apparently Computer Ground right now has decided to use some of his piggy banks, the piggy bank bunkers, to be salvaged, and that does allow him to return at least some of those minerals. The command center of Terran, the one that started inside of the main base, or is this actually the same one? No, I guess he made another base, but regardless, one command center made its way over towards what would be the 3rd base of our Zerg player. He's not gonna be able to do that much. I mean, he didn't make mules. I swear, guys, so imagine, right? This orbital command right here, that's not an orbital command, right? This command center over here, if it would have had an orbital command on top of it, it would have had accumulated energy right now for like 4 mules, and then the mules would literally allow him more economy than these drones are providing right now for Zerg. It's insane. I really genuinely think orbital commands are one of the biggest... So, it makes so much sense, right? So, one mule mines like 300 minerals. One mule mines like 300 minerals. That means with every second mule you drop, you literally paid for the command center and the orbital command upgrade. It's just so much value. I don't see why this doesn't happen nearly as often as I would like. So, if you're a Terran player out there, please just make your orbitals, eat your veggies. It's really important, okay? All right, he's now gonna go up towards an engineering bay. He does have a lot of gas still in the bank from the mining inside of his main base. He could actually go ahead and put up a planetary fortress over here, which I guess in this case is not a terrible idea. I just kind of hope that this one would be an orbital. I guess I've been pretty vocal about that. Okay, so this is a weird game right now. This has turned out to be a bit of a weird game. Colonel Panic is trying to reclaim his natural. His main is currently running low, so he started doing some long distance mining. At the same time, he's also trying to produce on the other side of the map, but I kind of know this pain very well as a Zerg player, or as a StarCraft 2 player in general. When you have your normal main base and your natural taken, macro is pretty easy, right? You can macro up a pretty decent amount of stuff and you know how to control all of that. However, when all of a sudden your bases are split, you can't just like set up one rally point anymore. You all of a sudden have to use several different hotkeys, one separate for this base alone. It is much, much harder to manage, and I can't really blame him that this is going to be a little bit tricky. Now, you know what? Colonel Panic has still not actually found out where those barracks were planted down. He never actually checked the third base, which is the most likely proxy location on this map. And I think by the time that he does find out about this, this planetary fortress is going to greet him just fine. He's looking around with his whole army towards the bottom left-hand corner. Obviously, that leaves him very vulnerable in the natural once again. Luckily for our Zerg player, he does not have to deal with these Marines right now, but this could actually be a disaster. I guess he ended up finding the one command center, which I think he assumes is the only command center that Terran has. But lo and behold, if he's not careful, he's gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Apparently, he has decided to start up a little bit of static defense here on the other side of the map. He's now going up towards a lair here too. So I guess he plans on just simply sitting on Roaches and Ravagers for a little while longer. Maybe get like the Roach speed upgrade. Maybe like a Hydroden or something. I don't think that's a bad idea. But here's the thing. Look at the money that's starting to accumulate. Yes, Colonel Panic is still in a much better position, but he needs to be very, very careful. If you have your bases split up like this, it can be super, super hard to macro everything properly. And his money is really starting to pile up right now. You don't want to go up to 3,000 plus resources on just a handful of workers. In that regard, Capitagran right here is doing a much better job. He's now transitioning towards Marauders, which I actually really like. Marines and Marauders obviously are the bread and butter of Terran strategies. They're especially good against this kind of unit composition. The Banelings don't have speed or anything, so as long as he can deal with that just fine, he's going to be in a decent position. But it mostly comes down right now to the Baneling control and how they can connect with these Marines. Alright, the barracks have been found. The tech labs have been spotted. The command center has not been... Oh, yeah, no, he does know about the command center. Actually, Roach obviously just died in close proximity to it. One Marauder, though, apparently has a bit of a death wish. Matthew the Marauder, not all too excited about it, but these... Oh, my God, dude, the Marines dealing so much damage. Here come the Banelings. Micro them all over the place. Okay, well, he tried. He tried to micro. Didn't quite happen, though. A lot of units are coming up here as well, though, for Zerg. Still producing quite a few of them. That's some decent control right there. It's two Matthews. Two Matthews the Marauder. 1, 2, and 3, apparently. They are still alive. Now, Planetary Fortress is gonna make short work of all of this, okay? Sorry, I had to break it to you. Only one Marauder remains. That one is right now in close proximity to the Planetary Fortress that's actually being engaged here by the Zerg. No! Don't do it, Zerg player! Don't freaking do it, dude! That's it. No, it's never gonna... Just... Oh my God. Dude, he's literally fighting a castle. Like, he's fighting a castle with, like, 2 foot soldiers. That's nice and all, but you're gonna need a lot more. Plus, there's Matthew the Marauder, who's an absolute maniac. Matthew number 3, by the way. Oh my God. Biling his own roaches. I guess he is managing right now to shut down some of the Terran production. But this planetary fortress just quickly raked in 21 kills. In the meantime, another command center has been acquired, but still. The thing is, there's not a lot of economy anymore for Terran because he did not mineral walk here when the one queen was pulling a Hodor on us. At the very least, you know, it's too soon, Lowko. You know what? I still feel emotional whenever I think of the Hodor situation. Anyways, I don't want to spoil anything, just in case you haven't seen it yet. Which, by the way, you should have seen. I mean, it's been a couple years now. The books have been out for a long time as well. But anyways, Matthew, get him, dude! Hit him in the face! Shoot those concussive shells. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he's got 4 confirmed kills right now. Microing backwards towards the safety of the back of that mineral line. I guess mostly the safety of the planetary fortress, which has now accumulated a grand total of 35 kills. The command center over here has not been spotted just yet. Colonel Panic is now building a spire, and you know what? I'm looking at this unit composition here that Terran has. It's just Matthew, right? It's not even really an army. It's literally just one commander. That's all. A one-man army, yes. But is it going to be enough when he cannot technically fight any Mutalisk? A couple Marines right now are joining the fray as well, but I mean, yes, that's 7 of those flying Zerg units that will be in the air soon, and planetary fortresses, last time I checked, cannot shoot up. He can make missile turrets right now, but Capitagran is not really thinking. Capitagran. I don't know how to pronounce his name, still don't. He doesn't really think about the fact that his opponent might be going for those Mutalisks right now. And even though Colonel Panic has been sitting on a beautiful bank, I mean, he can send his kids off to college with this amount of minerals that he's got here, okay? Apparently, he has decided... don't... Okay. I thought for a second he was gonna send him across the map or something, but here we go. The Mutas have arrived, and you can repair this for a very, very long time. Matthew, the Marauder, was picked off as well. Matthew, no! But with this amount of Zerg left over, I think there might just be a little bit too much. As the planetary falls, there's still... Oh my... Dude, he's binding his own Mutas. Actually, his Ravagers have killed more Zerg units than they have killed Terran units, I'm pretty sure. But at least the corrosive balls. But anyways, it is gonna be Colonel Panic, who was initially bunker rushed by his opponent, who obtains the victory. Still feel a little sad right there for Matthew, though. Oh well. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get a notification as soon as I upload more. A special shout out to the Patreon supporters as well as Matthew, the Marauder, for always supporting this channel. But for now, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day, okay? Do not forget to smile, and I will see you once again tomorrow for another video.